Good evening. Good evening. And welcome to the Center for the Arts. And you know what's coming next. But I'm not going to tell you to turn off your cell phones because I want you to take pictures and tweet and text and do all the things that you're not allowed to do during a performance because we're in for a real treat tonight. Many of us on the staff had a sneak preview of the season just yesterday from Adrienne, and as someone who had this job, the one that she has now, between the years 2000 and 2007, so I know how hard this is, what she's done. This is the finest season in the history of the Center for the Arts that we're about to unveil. So I'm really, really excited about that. If we haven't met, I should tell you that my name is Rick Davis, and I am the Dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts here at George Mason University. And it's my role here to sort of intro things tonight, and then I'll disappear for quite a while, 2 or 3 hours, and then we'll come back and I'll talk to you a little bit again at the end. But I'm here mainly to remind us or just get us all in the headspace of why this Center for the Arts exists. And to do that, I want to bring the sort of the two strands of our worlds together for a second. Strand number one, of course, is the Great Performances at Mason series, which we are here to learn about tonight and to celebrate tonight and to buy all the shows tonight. That's job one. But one of the reasons that this center was created in 1990, and one of the reasons that the Great Performances is still such a key part of our world, is that since 1990, the College of Visual and Performing Arts, which is the successor institution to the Institute of the Arts, which many of you remember, which existed from 1990 to 2001, that college, the college that I have the honor of leading, has grown 425% in student enrollment since 1990. That is phenomenal in any stretch of the imagination. George Mason is a fast-growing university, as you know, but we have outpaced the university's growth by a factor of 4. So this arts thing is working at George Mason University. Yes. And this place and the series that we're here tonight to learn about is one of the reasons that it is working so well. Because when Great Performances at Mason come to Mason, they are part of bringing the community onto the university campus, which is a fundamental thing that we count on for the campus culture and to lift the region's sense of itself as a place. But it's also something that's really, really important for our students. Because I know I can't really see your faces, but I've talked to a lot of you before, so I know who's here, sort of. And I know that many of you, came into this building for the first time to see a great performance on the series here, and then slowly but surely, or maybe right away, you came to see a student performance and you fell in love with our student performers, and many of you became scholarship donors and friends of the various organizations here in the academic units. And that, to me, is the virtuous circle that the Center for the Arts has always been about. It's bringing the professional voice of the artist to the campus, but also nurturing the student voice. And as Adrienne will tell you later, so many of our artists that are coming to the Center for the Arts, this has been true since 1990, but it's even more true now, are meaningful participants in the lives of our students and the larger community while they're here as part of the Artist in Residence programs. So that's why we're here. We're not celebrating one thing or the other. We're celebrating the creative fusion of these two great institutions, the Center for the Arts and CVPA. Now, you folks out there are what we call friends. This upcoming season would not be possible without the support of both corporate and foundation partners. Many of these partners support multiple performances during the season, so we want to thank our generous sponsors, the Seeley Foundation, the Tom and Evelyn Kiley Fund, Sandy Spring Bank, the Mather, Woodley Chase, Didlake, and Joyce Grimes. So this is a list of really heroes in our world because they really do make it possible for us to keep building the program here and keep sustaining the quality of performances that you're about to hear about.
Hello, everyone. It's so nice to see you all here. It's great to be with our friends, our beloved friends. I've been planning the 23-24 season for several years now. And as I'm working on putting together our great performances at Mason programming, I really focus on trying to balance a season that brings familiar faces that our audiences know and love with new projects and artists that I think will inspire and delight our community. As you all know, our CFA family is wonderfully diverse. On any given night, you can see a Mason freshman sitting here, seated next to a longtime seasoned subscriber, who are right next to a family that's attending one of our performances for the very first time. And it's my job to bring a variety of artists who can speak to all of these audiences. I hope that you'll agree that next season will bring to Fairfax performances and experiences that will be impactful, entertaining, and hopefully awe-inspiring. So now, without further ado, let's take a look at the 23-24 Great Performances at Mason series.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
So, oh, yes, thank you. You might have noticed while watching that video that we have some pretty incredible powerhouse female artists that are going to be a part of our season next year. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about a few of them, starting off with our Arts by George headliner, Renee Elise Goldsberry. She is, of course, most well known for originating the role of Angelica Schuyler in Hamilton, which won her a Tony, a Grammy, an Emmy, a Lucille Lortel Award, and a Drama Desk Award. But she had been on Broadway for many years before Hamilton. She starred in The Lion King, in Rent, in The Color Purple. She's been on TV in a variety of different shows, including The Good Wife, and she's currently on Tina Fey's new show on Netflix, which she's already won multiple award nominations for her performance there. So we're thrilled to have her opening up our season. And then 6 weeks after that performance, we'll have another legendary Renee grace our stage. Miss Renee Fleming, also known as the People's Diva, the 4-time Grammy Award-winning soprano, is arguably one of the greatest, most celebrated singers of our time. In addition to her illustrious performance career, Miss Fleming is an artistic advisor at the Kennedy Center. So audiences in our area will know her quite well. However, this will be her Center for the Arts debut. And how special that we're going to be able to co-present her with the Fairfax Symphony, which allows us to experience her performing some of her favorite repertoire, which is Strauss's 4 Last Songs. And the list of remarkable female artists continues. We'll have Isita Kana Mason joining us, playing Prokofiev's Piano Concerto No. 3 with the Royal Philharmonic. That is a concert that any classical music lover will want to pen into their calendar and not miss. I've been following Isita's career for several years now. She and her talented siblings based in the UK have become somewhat of an internet sensation. And when I saw that she was going to be the Royal Phil's artist in residence, I just leapt at the opportunity to get her to our stage. Our classical season ends with the Bamberg Symphony featuring the French pianist Hélène Grimaud, a celebrated soloist and chamber musician who is known for her mesmerizing technique and sensibility. And then outside of the classical genre, it will be a great honor to welcome MacArthur Award-winning genius, music historian, and cultural phenomenon Rhiannon Giddens for her Center for the Arts debut as part of the Silk Road Ensemble's 3-year residency here. Rhiannon is undoubtedly one of the biggest names in traditional music today, but her versatility as an artist was really solidified when she took over Silk Road Ensemble from its founder, Yo-Yo Ma, just a few years ago. Under her leadership, Silk Road has embarked on a bold new multi-year, multi-platform project entitled American Railroad, which I'm thrilled to announce is going to premiere right here on this stage in November. American Railroad maps the history of American music through the various immigrant communities involved in building the Transcontinental Railroad in the late 1800s. During their second year as a Mason artist in residence, Silk Road will continue to interact with our community in a variety of meaningful ways. And I'll share just a few examples. First, we've paired our arts management students with the Silk Road organization, and they'll be helping them to conduct research as they prepare for this massive American Railroad project. And then in addition, Dean Davis is going to be co-teaching a course in the Honors College this fall with members of Silk Road that will visit the class each week, which is pretty exciting. And I really want to sign up to take that class. This extended residency format has really proven to be beneficial for both of our institutions. So I can't wait to see what the next 2 years bring. I want to take a moment to speak a little bit more about our 2 other artists in residence that we'll have next year. In February, AIM by Kyle Abraham will be with us for a week, culminating with a performance featuring new repertory that just premiered in the company's New York season a couple of weeks ago. AIM is a New York City-based contemporary dance company which performs works by its founder, the MacArthur Genius Award winner, Kyle Abraham. We have lots of MacArthur Award winners next season, which is exciting. Recently, the company actually started incorporating work from other choreographers because Kyle is truly the busiest man in show business. His work has been commissioned by Alvin Ailey, by the Royal Ballet in London, New York City Ballet, American Ballet Theater, National Ballet of Cuba. He's choreographed music videos for people like Sufjan Stevens. The list just goes on, and I thought it was about time that we had his company here at the CFA. So I'm looking forward to having them here for a full week. The mission of AIM is grounded in creating a body of work inspired by Black culture and history. And in Kyle's work, you'll see influences as diverse as Merce Cunningham and hip hop together on the stage. His choreography is known for being very personal, exploring themes of gender differences, isolation, as well as community, racial tension, and love. So I want to share now a quick video of AIM by Kyle Abraham. For a third artist in residence, I'm really looking forward to welcoming the musicians from Small Island Big Song next April. This performance is a multimedia concert combining music, spoken word, and projections to feature music from the seafaring cultures in the Pacific and Indian Oceans, including Madagascar, Taiwan, the Marshall Islands, and Papua New Guinea, among others. Small Island Big Song is the brainchild of Australian filmmaker, and music producer Tim Cole and Taiwanese film producer Bao Bao Chen, who traveled to 16 island nations over 4 years to capture unique sounds while working with local artists, elders, community groups, and grassroots musicians. The outcome include 2 award-winning albums, a feature film, educational programs, and a live concert that's toured across the world, reaching over 200,000 live audiences since the world premiere at South by Southwest in 2018. The mission of this project is to highlight the climate crisis and its effect on communities who inhabit these islands. This project will be presented right before Earth Day, so I'm hoping that that is a nice tie-in and a nice way to celebrate Earth Day. Here is an introduction to Small Island Big Song.
We are a group of musicians from islands across the Pacific and Indian Ocean. We've been uniting our music to show how precious our islands and oceans are, and also to make incredible music. So we meet every 2 weeks online on Zoom to make music together, to know each other.
Hi Emeline, hi Putad, hi Sami, hi everyone.
Vegan.
It's great to meet all those wonderful musicians. There really is a will to do something for the planet. It really comes from their heart, and we're very happy to be joining the venture.
Now I want to introduce our family series. So here at the Center for the Arts, we hope to provide opportunities for arts lovers of all ages, from 8 to 80 and beyond. And over the past few years, the family series has been just a great way to expand the audiences that we serve here. And I've loved seeing so many of you attend with your extended family members. Next year's family series performances will give you the chance to experience the phenomenon that is Daniel Tiger Live. If you know about Daniel Tiger. You'll be able to immerse yourself in a sea of bubbles and adventures. You'll be able to catch Grammy-nominated folk rock stars, the Okie Dokie Brothers. And last but not least, there'll be a chance to see incredibly talented puppies performing right here where I'm standing on the concert hall stage. So here's a look at next year's family series. And now for something a little bit different. You've seen a piano on stage, and no, this is not because Rick Davis and I are going to be performing works from the American Songbook, much to Rick's chagrin, I think. No, I have a special treat to share with you. As you all know, we've had a decades-long partnership with Virginia Opera. We're very proud to be their home in Northern Virginia. And here to represent the opera and share a little bit about next season and perform a few works is Joey Mazzara, who was a member of the Herndon Foundation Young Artists Program. Joey will be accompanied by Kelvin Yang. So please help me welcome Joey and Kelvin to the stage.
Hi, everyone. There you are. My name is Joey Mazzara, and this is my colleague and friend, Kelvin Ying. Like you just heard, we are super happy to be here on behalf of Virginia Opera, giving you all a preview of the 2023-24 season. Now, Kelvin and I were both Herndon Foundation Emerging Artists for the company. I was part of Virginia Opera from 2018 to 2020, and I was involved with the productions of Street Scene and Don Giovanni. And Kelvin was a member of the Young Artist Program from 2019 to 20, and he was involved with the productions of La Cenerentola and Aida. On top of the main stage productions, we also were part of the educational outreach program that traveled around the state of Virginia. We went as far as Wise, Virginia. We went to Richmond. We were in Northern Virginia, Fairfax, obviously. And we toured, bringing kid-friendly opera to students and schools around the state. So that was really fulfilling. Now, we are still touring, but on different stages. Both Kelvin and I are members of the United States Army Field Band based out of Fort Meade. And we tour around the country now, telling the Army's story, honoring veterans and their families. But enough about who we are. I think the best way to, give you all a sneak peek of what the season has to offer is by singing an aria from one of the shows that Virginia Opera is going to be putting on for this upcoming season. So this aria that I will be performing for you all this evening comes from the Italian comic opera Barbara of Seville by Rossini. And this aria, you probably all are very familiar with it if you're opera lovers, but also like mainstream media. This is Largo a factotum, and it's Figaro's entrance aria. He has just entered the scene and is proclaiming to everyone, make way for the factotum. The factotum is the handyman of the city. Now, Figaro is a barber. He's a factotum. He can do anything. He's a handyman. He's a wingman. He literally can do anything. And people, young and old, children, male, female, it doesn't matter. People know who this guy is, and everyone wants a piece of Figaro. And who doesn't like being wanted? Like, seriously, who doesn't like that? But at times, it can get a little overwhelming. So with that being said, here is Largo a Factotum.
La 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 la. Largo factotum della città, largo. La 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 la. Presto a bottega che la già presto. La 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 la. Ah, che bel vivere, che bel piacere, che bel piacere per un barbiere di qualità, di qualità. Ah, bravo Figaro, bravo, bravissimo, bravo. La 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 la. Fortunatissimo per verità, bravo. La 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 la. Fortunatissimo per verità, fortunatissimo per verità. La 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 la. Pronto per tutto un altro giorno, sempre di tono in giro sta. Mio cuccagna per un barbiere, vita ben nobile non si dà. La 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 la. Raso dei pettini, lancia dei forbici, al mio comando tutto qui sta. Lancia dei forbici, raso dei pettini, al mio comando tutto qui sta. Della risorsa, poi del mestiere, con la donnetta, col cavaliere, con la donnetta, la 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 la, col cavaliere, la 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 la. La, 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 che bel vivere, che bel piacere, che bel piacere per un barbiere di qualità, di qualità. Tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono. Don ragazzi, vecchie fanciulle, qua la parrucca, presso la barba, qua la sanguigna, presso biglietto, tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono, tutti mi chiedono, tutti mi vogliono, qua la parrucca, presso la barba, presso biglietto e Figaro, Figaro. Figaro, 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 Figaro. Ahimè, ahimè, che furia, ahimè, che bolla, uno alla volta, per carità, per carità, per carità, uno alla volta, uno alla volta, uno alla volta, per carità. E Figaro, son qua, e Figaro, son qua, Figaro qua, Figaro là, Figaro qua, Figaro là, Figaro su, Figaro giù, Figaro su, Figaro giù. Brontolantissimo, son come i fomini, sono il factotum della città, della città, della città, della città, della città. Abra Figaro, brava bravissimo, Abra Figaro, brava bravissimo. A te fortuna, a te fortuna, a te fortuna, non mancherà. La 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 la. A te fortuna, a te fortuna, a te fortuna, non mancherà. Sono il factotum della città, sono il factotum della città, della città, della città.
Thank you all so much. That aria, I have a really special place in my heart for that aria, just because I learned it for a production, not a production, but an event for Virginia Opera, and I coached it, and it's come a long way, and it's quite challenging, as you can see, but it's really fun. So yeah, you already know now that one of the shows that Virginia Opera is going to be putting on for this upcoming season is The Barber of Seville. But there's 3 more amazing productions that they're going to be doing. So I have my little sheet here, and I'm going to talk about the remaining 3. So to start off the 23-24 season, and Virginia Opera's 49th season, is the 3rd installment of Wagner's iconic ring cycle, Siegfried. And it's also the first appearance for this work in Virginia Opera history. In last season's chapter of the ring cycle, The Valkyrie, we ended with the most operatic cliffhanger ever. Brünnhilde imprisoned in a ring of fire. Sounds pretty awful. So now we pick up where the story left off as our fearless hero, Siegfried, reforges his father's shattered sword, embarking on a quest for the greatest prize of all, Brünnhilde's love. The next production is going to be The Barber of Seville, and you got a little sneak peek of that. Barber is a witty tale of bribery, deception, disguise, and of course, true love. Figaro, the local barber, who in fact does much more than cut hair, as you saw, is the ultimate wingman. Rossini's madcap comedy is the prequel to The Marriage of Figaro, and is guaranteed to send you out laughing and humming all night after the opera. The next show that Virginia Opera is going to be doing is Sanctuary Road, and it is by the Pulitzer Prize-winning composer Paul Moravec, and is based on the remarkable writings of William Still. Now, William Still was an abolitionist and historian, as well as a conductor for the Underground Railroad. William Still is credited with helping nearly 800 enslaved African Americans escape to freedom. And finally, to wrap up the season, we have Puccini's masterpiece, Madame Butterfly. And the last time that this piece was done at on Virginia Opera stage, I was actually here as a young artist. It was done the 2018-2019 season. And just give you a little background of what that piece is about. Bound by tradition and honor, a young Japanese maiden is left to face an unspeakable aftermath when abandoned by a reckless American naval officer. I'm in the Army, so I get it. I'm just kidding. We're all part of the same team. Now, Puccini's haunting score is filled with unforgettable music of unparalleled beauty that will stay with you long after you've left the theater. Now, I would love to sing for you all an aria from Madame Butterfly, but I don't think you want to hear my rendition of Cho-Cho-san's aria. That would be something that I'm sure you all would be talking about for the wrong reasons. Instead, I'm going to sing another Puccini aria, and it's not from one of his more well-known works. It comes from the opera Edgar, and this piece is the piece that I'm going to be performing this evening is done more in a concert setting like this. But to give you a little bit of a background of what is happening in this scene, and what the piece is, it's called Questo amor vergogna mia. And in the scene, my character, Frank, has just basically told his longtime friend, Tigrana, that he has feelings for her, like he's in love with her. And like, he's known her for a really long time, and these feelings have just been building up over decades. And Tigrana, however, doesn't really feel the same way. In fact, she laughs at him. And she's like, never, like, I don't know what you're thinking, but this could never happen. Like, I see you more as a brotherly figure. She laughs at him and walks away. So this aria is about unrequited love. But similar to Madame Butterfly, you're gonna see like the beautiful legato line, the verismo phrases, and like just the beautiful Italian music that is so evident and similar in Madame Butterfly. So here's Questo amor vergogna mia.
Questo amor vergogna mia, io spezzar scordar vorrei, ma tu non rida malia, sono schiavi sensi miei, mille volte accetterai di fuggirla e a lei tornai. Giurai di fuggirla e a lei tornai. E la ride del mio pianto ed io vil cor infranto ai suoi piedi mi prosterno, ai suoi piedi mi prosterno. E la ride del mio pianto, del mio sdegno si fa scherno, ed io vil cuore infranto ai suoi piedi mi prosterno. E le sola il sogno brama a sventura, io l'amo, io l'amo. A sventura, l'amo, l'amo.
Thank you all so much for allowing us to be on your home stage today. Like I said, Virginia Opera has an amazing 2023-24 season. It has a special place in both of our hearts. I hope you all have a great evening, and thank you so much.
Bravi. Great work. Wow. How do you follow that? I do want to thank Joanne Kelvin again, and also thank Virginia Opera and the U.S. Army for letting us have them with us tonight. Now, Tonight we've been celebrating the great performances and the family series, and we've been getting a taste of opera. I just want to say a couple more words about our wonderful student performances, 3 of which are actually in your brochure because they're some of the more featured performances in the student season. And I would like you to consider, if you haven't already, become a fan of the School of Music, the School of Theater, and the School of Dance. This is your chance to do it. So in September, we always kick off the season in the concert hall with the Dewberry School of Music's Grand Piano Celebration. We have a beautiful brand new Steinway piano here. We, as you know, are an all Steinway school, and Linda Monson and her cohort always do a magnificent concert that celebrates all things piano and many other guest artists as well. So we will be kicking off the season once again with the Grand Piano Celebration. In October, on this very stage, the School of Theater will produce the musical 9 to 5, which you probably know the film from 1980, the Dolly Parton story. It's been adapted into a wonderful musical theater piece with Dolly's music and lyrics front and center. It's hilarious. It has a book by Patricia Resnick. Variety magazine called it a nostalgic crowd pleaser when it premiered on Broadway in 2009. And I'm excited to announce that this production will be directed by Rex Doherty, who is he's actually an MFA candidate student in the School of Theater, but he's the artistic director of a very fine theater company in Washington called Solas Nua. So he's a working professional director who also happens to be a grad student with us here in the School of Theater. Then in March, the School of Dance 2024 Gala Concert culminates the Mason Dance Company's season. And as you know, if you've ever seen the Mason Dance Spring Gala, this is one of the highlights of the season of any kind. So those 3 shows are in your brochure, and they're available now, and you can add them to your subscription, and I encourage you to do that, all 3 of them. We now would like to invite you to join us in the lobby for more festivities, for a reception, and for reckless purchasing of tickets. So thank you all. See you out there.